Hello, welcome back to Sean's Eye View, and this week we are going through a walk in Mayfair, an area in London where both Sean and I have spent a lot of time in our lives.
It was where I first moved to in
Yeah,
1989.
and I had clients and worked in that area as well.
Looks a bit different now.
Yeah, so this is probably a place where I would have got arrested if I'd taken a video a few years ago. This is the former US Embassy, and it's now the Rosewood Hotel. It hadn't quite opened when I was here.
Located on Grosvenor Square.
And there's actually a statue of Ronald Reagan about to be unopened.
Really?
Yeah, it was wrapped up.
Oh, I didn't
outside.
know that.
Yeah, if you're watching the video, go back and have a look.
Anybody who's a fan of Netflix Bridgerton, this is where the houses are.
Ah. Right, so moving along a bit into Mount Street, and this is the famous Connaught Hotel on a very nice corner.
Real old standard hotel. Very, very well respected and well deserved respect. Beautiful area, lots of that pink stone, very iconic. Lovely place to have a little walk around.
And Mount Street here, beautiful shopping.
Mount Street Gardens is a real hidden gem. Not widely known.
No.
Nice and quiet. Beautiful little space. Used in TV and film a lot. But really, really nice space to have a nice quiet little walk.
Yeah, I used to come here with my lunch sometimes because I used to work just around the corner. Just somewhere to get out from the office and sit. As you can see, there's a lot of seats.
Very nice little place.
So what's the history of Mayfair then, Sean?
Mayfair is actually started at a Mayfair, and we'll see the location of that towards the end of the video.
Oh, in Shepherd's Market.
Shepherd's Market.
Yeah.
But yeah, it held a fair at Hyde Park, and part of Mayfair was literally sheep grazing.
Right, so it was country, sort of farmland. And
Yeah, I mean, Westminster was its own city, and this was way beyond that, so it was countryside. And then there was a park lane
Yeah.
when they started dividing the parks up, which grew and grew and grew.
Which is where Grosvenor House is. If you've seen that video, you'll know. Yeah.
And the old Park Lane that ends at Hard Rock Cafe is still there. That's the demarcation line sort of thing. But yeah, Mayfair is an old area that became famous for houses when it was divided up, I think 16 or 1700s, and became very, very, very exclusive. Large plots of land, large houses, some of which became hotels, like we've mentioned before. Then it became quite famous for embassies.
Oh yeah, there's lots
ambassadors'
of
houses.
official residences and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
And here in Mount Street Gardens, you can have a good look through the windows because it's right up to the
It's
back of the building.
yeah.
So this is the other end, and there's another church here, beautiful, on Lower Audley Street.
The restaurant to the left there, I can't remember its name, but it used to be really famous.
And this is typical.
That's bog standard, that is, for that part of
A roller
Mayfair.
on the street,
of course.
just casually in residence parking.
Very nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to live around there, wouldn't it? So this is Farm Street, which is that's actually the pub where we had our leaving drinks when I left to go to Hong Kong with the work team.
The first time or the second time?
When I left WPP.
Oh, wow.
Because the head office was technically a little Muse house coming up along here. The Punch Bowl, that's the one that Guy Ritchie owns.
Is it owns? I can't remember.
Well, she bought it for him anyway.
I can't remember.
There, that white building, that was the WPP head office. And then this building here that's been renovated, that's the back of the office building I used to work in.
Oh, I didn't realise that's where we were.
And there's another pub we used to go to when I was working at WPP.
That's the one I remember.
Yeah,
Down.
not the classiest of places.
Well, you were a regular, so.
And so this is Berkeley Square, the other side of the street. So that's the building that I used to be in. It's been totally gutted and renovated.
Again?
Yes, again.
That's less than
I know.
10, 15
It's
years.
been a long time. And so Berkeley Square is famous for a song about a nightingale. I have never seen one.
And lots of very famous old clubs. Not just the gentleman's type, but some of the rather more debauched nightclubs as well.
Oh, I once bumped into Norman Lamont coming out of there once.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yes. So this is Berkeley Square, nice green square, and over in the corner is Jack Barclay, which is well known as a car dealership. We're coming up here. Look, that's where you get your Bentley.
It's like we said, the normal type of car for that area.
Exactly.
It's your local neighbourhood car dealer.
And here's another pub. Now, we went here with our friends.
Plenty
remember?
of times.
Yes.
One of the smallest pubs.
It's very, very picturesque, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just around the corner from Bond Street here. And so Bond Street is high-end jewellery and fashion. And
possibly England's most famous, exclusive, i.e. expensive, street for shopping.
yeah, and as I was walking down here, Tom Hiddleston walked towards me and I forgot to record it. Sorry.
Did you not say hello?
He was with someone.
Okay.
But as you can see, it's very, very famous. And then here's Burlington Arcade, which is lots of small boutiques down the arcade. Again, mostly menswear and fashion, yeah?
Very, very distinct. Some of the shops, they're quite original, if not the names, but the type of things they sell. I mean, there are gents outfitters, bow ties, jackets, waistcoats.
Right. So this is Savile Row, known for tailors. This building, that blue plaque, is where the Beatles performed on the roof, their last concert.
1969.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And it's the H. Huntsman,
Yes, that's Huntsman. Very nice menswear.
known to people as the basis for Kingsman, the movies.
Yes. And so here we are on Regent Street, which is the boundary of Mayfair, right?
Yeah.
And so Regent Street is a major shopping street. It's got Hamleys up there on the left, and then we're heading down towards Piccadilly Circus. I just realised we're taking you backwards in value down the Monopoly board. So we started at Park Lane and Mayfair, now we're on Regent Street,
Going anti-clockwise.
and we'll be heading to Piccadilly soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regent Street marks the eastern side of Mayfair, going down from Oxford Circus and all the way down to Piccadilly Circus.
Yeah, and there's the Cafe Royal, which is a very nice restaurant and bar.
Very nice, a really nice hidden gem, the bar at the back, the green room. Great little place. Maybe not quite the name continues, but it's not quite the place it was 30 years ago or 150 years ago.
Exactly. Right, Piccadilly Circus, tourist ground zero. Yes, the Trocadero is under redevelopment.
Wow, I've not been that.
I know.
One of London's landmarks.
Yeah, very famous.
Piccadilly
isn't it?
Circus,
And the
Eros,
statue of Eros, yeah.
the Trocadero, opposite. On the side that we're looking at now, Lily White's, the Criterion restaurant. Again, not quite what it was, but still a great place to go.
So we're here on Piccadilly and we're going to walk towards Jermyn Street. So Jermyn Street is another street of menswear and shoes in particular, isn't it?
Yes.
And I used to work around here with one of my major clients coming up. So I spent a lot of time in this area, walking to and from work or going out for lunch or what have you. And Paxton and Whitfield's here, very good cheese shop.
If not the best.
The best. Then, okay, we're going to call it the best in London.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
So if you need some cheese and some shoes, this is where to go. Right, here's St James's Square, which is just up behind St James's Palace.
Yes.
And it's, again, the clubs, members' clubs and the like around here, isn't
Old
it?
houses, old mansions.
Beautiful.
Probably now more full of officers and embassies offices.
But that's one of the clubs there with
Yeah.
the flag. I can't remember the name of it. And there's another one here. I think this is the Explorers or something. So this is Christie's. This used to be my client when I was working in London. And the auction house, it was a great place. Years I spent here working in various different parts of that building as an auditor. And it was a great opportunity to learn about art because there were so many different exhibits and shows. So tucked behind Christie's is this little alleyway, and they actually own the building at the end. And that was used as the audit office once. And I had the keys to it, and it's actually a house.
Oh.
And yeah, I did stay in there a few weekends. My pad in central London.
Oh, where's that rainbow
That's
flag over?
front of Christie's. It's because it was during Pride Month.
Cool.
And then, so coming around the corner, heading on to St James's Street, which leads back up to Piccadilly, and it goes past this Smithson Plaza, it's called now. This used to be the headquarters of The Economist, and a very good friend of mine used to work there, and I'm going to show you where we met, which was roughly where that bus is just passing the shops now. Yeah, this is the Royal Academy on Piccadilly, and I was running to jump on a bus to go home, and she was cycling along, and I landed on her rather than on the bus.
Oh dear.
I know. So, Catherine, if you're watching, it's been 30 odd years.
Yes.
And it's great that I still remember exactly where we met.
Lots of shops under renovation.
Look how busy it is. Like, yeah, that's where it is. That used to be a Barclays Bank. That's where I jumped on the bus. Or I missed the bus, rather.
Wasn't it the Caviar House for a while?
Yeah, that's next door, I think. Anyway, So, as you can see, very congested on Piccadilly at the moment.
Bit busy.
And here's the Ritz going under some renovation.
Again. Wow.
We haven't been in London for a while.
No, that's
Everything's being renovated again.
I haven't spent any length of time there for at least 7-8 years.
You know, I've never been inside.
Neither have I. We should go for tea.
Okay. Who's paying?
We are.
Thanks, subscribers.
Yes, please.
Right, so on the other side of Piccadilly, heading back into the Mayfair side, you come towards Shepherd's Market. Would you like to tell us more about that, Sean?
Shepherd's Market, like I said earlier, has a building in the middle that we'll see coming up on the right once we get through the end of this little lane. And that is the location of the Shepherd's Market, which was the place that held the Mayfair. This little place, Shepherd's Market, I didn't know about it till I'd been in London for maybe 2 or 3 years, and I worked right by the side of it. Once I found out about it, it was a very regular place to go after work, drinks, dinner. There are a lot of pubs coming.
Here's the grape. We've just gone past the Grapes on the left.
Yeah.
I think we're going to turn around and see it again.
There's lots of pubs here.
Lots of restaurants and pubs, including the famous Mexican-Polish hybrid combination restaurant.
Yeah. But as a place, I could never find it unless I was drunk. It's kind of hidden away. There are 2 small pedestrian entrances.
Yeah.
And then some strange nondescript looking streets to get onto it.
Yeah.
But
there's the Mexican-Polish place there,
Yeah.
the red one. So yeah, it's really come on actually. I mean, I remember it being a bit more run down, but now it's quite busy. And it's also quite well known as being a red light district, isn't it?
it has, not actually in the place that we've just seen, but one of the side streets actually hosts the oldest known brothel in London.
So on this street, we've got the Intercon, the hotel we stayed in before we moved to Hong Kong.
We've stayed there a few times.
Yeah, we have. And then I went to a party here in that place behind that wall, looking very nondescript. I can't remember the name of it.
I forgot the name of the
company event.
It's a club and I've forgotten the name.
Anyway, Sean, what's this place here?
The London Hilton on Park Lane, the second hotel I worked at in London. Only there for a year. Very interesting place, very busy, incredible location. One of the newest buildings in Mayfair still, but still has quite a storied history. Famously, Queen Elizabeth objected to its location quite strongly because he believed people could see into her garden.
So I went inside for old time's sake for you to have a look around. I was actually looking for Trader Vic's, but
isn't there anymore?
Gone. Yeah, I know. It's
Shocking.
been retro refitted by the look of it.
It looks nice. I mean, to be honest, I can't really remember what the lobby looked like there. It was a little bit nondescript.
Yeah, I think
Very,
it's quite stylish.
It's nice.
Got a 60s vibe. And
Yeah.
then finally, here's the Dorchester.
One of the grand old dames of Mayfair, predates Grosvenor House by a few years. Never actually stayed there,
No.
but we have been to Chinatown in the basement quite a few times.
Yeah, really nice, very nice dim
Very
sum,
nice dim
very
sum.
good quality.
Yeah.
So if you're in the area, recommend it. So there you go. Thank you very much for watching us ramble on about walking around Mayfair, St James's and things we did in the 90s.
Yeah.
Here are some other videos you might enjoy. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.